Let's talk about the Indianapolis Colts. This team is in a very weird situation. At the beginning of the season, they were hoping that Anthony Richardson would come in and transform this franchise, but early in the season, he ends up getting hurt with a concussion. Gardner Minshew had to come in and finish the game out for him, and then again, he gets hurts his shoulder. He's out for the rest of the season. But it was a lot of good that was being shown with Anthony Richardson. I do believe that the sky's the limit when he returns back to this team next season. But we're not talking about next season. We're talking about right now. This team is making a strong playoff push right now, and it's very scary to see if you are a team in the AFC because they can run the football. And Shane Steichen is one of the best play calling head coaches in the NFL on the offensive side of things. Now, is he perfect? No, but the way that he's coaching this team up is very good to see. What they did against the Tennessee Titans was phenomenal in overtime. To keep that team together and to keep Gardner Minshew on track is something phenomenal to see as well. And this is no disrespect to Gardner Minshew. He's not a top 5, top 10, top 15 quarterback in the NFL. He's not a high-end quarterback, but Gardner Minshew is one of the best backup quarterbacks in the NFL, and he's making the most of his opportunity right now. His numbers aren't that pretty, but what he's doing in game is very phenomenal to see at points in time in the season. Is every game perfect Gardner Minshew? No, but when they have that run game going, he is a very solid quarterback, and that's why they win against the Tennessee Titans. Very impressive to see. They didn't have the best running game in that game. He was able to go out and get the football to Michael Pittman Jr. and Alec Pierce. Michael Pittman Jr. is one of the best wide receivers in the AFC. He can get things going. He's a very good vertical threat, very good contested catch wide receiver, and he's definitely has been a bright spot on this team the last few years. He's never had that one quarterback that could consistently get him the football over and over again, and he still doesn't have that in my opinion. 889 receiving yards on the season and 4 touchdowns. He's averaging 10 yards a catch. No one ever questioned the talent that the Indianapolis Colts have. It was just the quarterback position. When they had guys like Carson Wentz, they made the playoffs with Phillip Rivers. Then you had a washed up Matt Ryan. Then Jacoby Brissett had to step in on short notice when Andrew Luck retired. So they've been rolling the dice at that quarterback position. And right now it's still a tricky situation, but hopefully Anthony Richardson can be that guy. But you look at what this team is doing right now. You have a Zach Moss who is filling in right now with Jonathan Taylor being out, but he's proven that he can be the leading running back with this team this season. When Jonathan Taylor was not having the best start of the season, he was the guy that they were going to. And Jonathan Taylor wanted to get his money this offseason. Zach Moss came in. He's averaging 4.5 yards a carry, 723 rushing yards in the season, and 5 rushing touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor has 414 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. They're waiting for him to come back. He should be back in the next few weeks as he's dealing with his injury. And the offensive line is a top offensive line unit in the NFL. Josh Downs has stepped in and he's become that legitimate number 2 wide receiver for this team with 580 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns as well. So they're getting things done on the offensive end, but a lot of that is from Shane Steichen and his play calling, and he deserves to be in that Coach of the Year conversation. You look at what the Houston Texans are doing right now with CJ. That's phenomenal. Same with DeMeco Ryans. But what Shane's been able to do to flip quarterbacks on short notice and to keep these guys head above water is definitely great to see and something good long term for the Indianapolis Colts, who had to deal with Frank Reich for so many years. And remember this last season as well. They had to call in Jeff Saturday to be the interim head coach with this team. So to see Shane have a lot of success right now is very good to see. And you look at the defensive side of things as well. Kwity Paye has stepped in. He has been a very good defensive end with this team this season. 7.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. Been very good at getting to the quarterback and stopping the run. DeForest Buckner has still been an elite defensive tackle with his team. 5.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. Now, they have missed Grover Stewart for the last couple of games because he's been dealing with suspension, but he is scheduled to be back. They desperately need him because their run defense has not been the same since he's been out. He's a very good defensive tackle alongside DeForest Buckner. He can push the pocket, stop the run, and get some things going and get pressure up the middle of the field. And I love his game mixed in with DeForest Buckner. They need him back immediately. Another thing that I'm looking at as well is their secondary. Kenny Moore has been a very good corner this season. Slept on. Juju Brents is a rookie, but he's been very good at the cornerback position as well. And he has a lot of developing to do still with this team. He has 1 interception, 1 forced fumble, and 3 pass deflections on the season. And you look at Kenny Moore, is just a legitimate playmaker, especially in the red zone situation and especially in man. He has 3 interceptions on this season and 5 pass deflections. Their defense of rankings with their numbers are not pretty, but they are a very good defensive unit. As long as they can stay in football games and they can keep things close, they are going to be a very hard team to beat, especially with the rest of the schedule that they have. So let me know in the comment section below, how do you guys feel about the Indianapolis Colts? Can they make the NFL playoffs, and can they make some noise in the playoffs? I will say this right here. For them to go to the playoffs is a great sign to see with Shane. And even if they do come up short and they were not able to make the NFL playoffs, this is still a pretty successful season. You had a lot of bright spots early on with Anthony Richardson. Yes, it sucks that he went out early in the season, but before he got injured, he was showing a lot of good. And this team did go out and beat the Houston Texans in week 2 with him starting that game, and Gardner Minshew had to come in and finish it off. But that's a great sign to see. So let me know in the comment section below how you feel about the future of this team. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, want each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.